Hey guys, it is Sonia. How's everybody out there doing today? Today is Thursday, right? Happy Thursday to you all. And I think life is always a little bit better when you get together and you DIY with friends, right? So that's what we're gonna do today. And I've got a project to share with you guys that's really super easy. You guys know I love to keep my projects on here easy, quick flips, not break the budget. You know what I'm talking about, right? So today, I am going to share with you a flip that I'm going to do on, believe it or not, a wooden, maybe like a cheese tray, you know, just a wooden serving tray that I got at my local thrift store, okay? So, if you're somebody that wants to make some really cute signs, whether you love farmhouse or not, this one is just going to be farmhouse inspired, but just know that you can do whatever color you want, whatever design you want, that's totally up to you. You are in full creative control, right? My job today is to make this one pretty and to hopefully give you guys some great ideas out there. So here's what I love to do and what I don't love to do. I don't love to have to get at my power tools, and I don't love to have to like cut wood into the perfect sizes to be signs. And so that is why I have always been on the lookout for, like, honestly, shelves as part of bookshelves that would be like, you know, the shelf, the whole thing overall needs to just be discarded, but I can save the shelves, right? Or those cabinet doors. I can totally save the cabinet doors and turn them into signs, because there's all kinds of like things that have happened on here that somebody has done already that I don't have to do. So I just get to come in with my paint, with my Junk Monkey paint, and have some fun. So never overlook, okay? Let this be a tip to you guys today. Hey, Chrissy and Angela and Lisa, thank you guys for all being here. So I will also want you to never overlook a wooden serving tray, okay? Heck yeah. So on this side, I'm assuming this is, I don't know, I'm in my mind, I'm imagining that if this serving tray could talk, maybe like I can see some like melted cheese on here in a pot and all kinds of veggies around it, you know, maybe some chocolate in a pot, I don't know. But at the end of the day, these serving trays come in all different sizes, and so sometimes they don't have this piece, sometimes they're just completely flat. In this case, it has this like raised up part to it, so I could, you know, paint around this if I want, but instead I'm gonna go, ta-da, flat side up, $2.99. No, I don't have to cut anything. Yes, this is solid wood. It's the perfect makings for a wooden sign, and because I'm gonna be doing this sign in a farmhouse style, it will be beautiful on somebody's mantle when I'm all done here, said and done, and I'll show you how I bring it together. Hello, Janet and Diana and Chrissy. Thank you for being here. So I'm gonna put the camera down so you guys can watch this DIY happen. It's gonna be a pretty quick flip. So that's what I love to do, all right? And thank you for sharing the Junk Monkey fun. I appreciate that. And so we are gonna do a giveaway again today as well. So $20 banana bucks that you can use to shop in our online store at junkmonkeypaint.com. And I will holler out a winner, a lucky person that hung out with us today, shared this video, shared the Junk Monkey love and the inspiration, because we always say inspiration is free here at the Junk Monkey, okay? So let's talk about this project, put it down, and get started. Hello, Barbara. How are you? Barbara always gives me love. I feel her love vibes all the way from Texas, and I love her. Thank you so much. She always comments on my vlogs and everything, so thank you so much. You keep me doing what I do. It's because you guys just, you know, send me your love too. So again, wooden tray. I'm just gonna make use of this side right here. Sonia doesn't have to cut anything. Heck yeah, the day is already good, right? So I'm gonna grab my antique lace, because in the farmhouse world, you guys know that typically with farmhouse, you got light colors going on like whites and creams, and the antique lace is our off-white, okay? So if I had to put like something white next to this, you're gonna see that it definitely is, do you see this? It's definitely a cream color, right? And so, but it has no yellows into it. So it's a very nice transition if you don't want like a stark white, and it's a little bit more forgiving because you can see this white towel that, you know, has stains on it when you see them side by side, right? I'm gonna grab my shabby chip brush, because this is the quickest thing that's gonna give me that really cool distressed look that I love. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put my brush right into my paint, pull it off. Oh, I love the chunkiness of our paint. I gotta tell you, I do. I just love it. You know, you will notice that when you use our paint, that our paints are made, you know, nice and chunky. And that's because we don't follow anybody else's recipe. This paint was made for me as a shabby painter. And then through time, we just started sharing, because you guys were like, I want the same paint too, right? It just kind of grew from there. So I like my paint to be a little bit more chunky. It's a chunky kind of monkey. And the reason why I love it is because I can do one coat with it and lay it down, and just in a nice smooth fashion, just like this here. I don't have to use multiple coats, so therefore it goes further. It gives me like great coverage. So if I'm, say for example, this piece right now had black Sharpie marker on it, like, or a piece of furniture, it's gonna cover it really nice. I don't have to go back over it. And when I stencil, which I'm gonna be getting into, it's not gonna run like it's not a runny paint, right? So what's cool is that you guys just need to know that you're always in control of our paint. Our paint is definitely made for me, an artist. So if you're an artist and you like to have fun, you're gonna love our paint, because you can add a little bit of water to it. You can thin it down when you want to. And let me just tell you, if you ever thin our paint, you're already getting great value for the can of paint you got, but it can go a whole lot more further as well, right? So that's what's fun about it. You are in total control. So, you know, everybody likes to paint with different thicknesses of paint. So with our paint, you got this. But I like to use mine at full strength, because that is, as a shabby painter, it gives me that nice flat uber look that I'm absolutely seeking, right? So that is one coat. I'm not gonna do another coat. And in fact, when you guys see me paint, you don't see me do multiple coats, right? It's very rare that I put a second coat on. That's because the paint just has so much awesome pigment, and it lays down so nice. So let me dry this real fast. Hey Lisa, thank you for sharing. Yes, it is forgiving, Ray. Absolutely. You can have so much fun. I was saying this morning, you know, like, people who are fun use Junk Monkey, you know? Like, I'm just serious. Like, you know, I just enjoy throwing some paint down, doing fun flips, not getting caught up in like hoity-toity trying to get this absolutely perfect. You know what I'm saying? Go with your pieces when they have character. Throw some beautiful paint onto your pieces and enjoy them for what they are, right? Nothing in life is perfect, and I just think that Junk Monkeys get that. We just love life and have lots of vision. We put fun colors on stuff, so, you know, don't get in our way. We love to create, possibly collect and hoard, and all that fun stuff, right? But it's because we've got vision. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying, right? Hashtag banana bunch. There you go. Hey Michelle, how are ya? So I'm throwing down just one coat of my antique lace right now on a wooden cutting board. It's the back side of it. So let me finish drying this. For all you fun Junk Monkeys out there. So how's your week going? It's Thursday. We're on the other side of the week. I know that a lot of you guys are sending the kids back to school. I can't believe how fast time just went by. That's why you got to just make the most of every day. You got to enjoy it for what it is. Enjoy it. Like, you know, I did that sign yesterday saying, you know, just be in the moment. Just, you know, sit by the pool and watch your kids. Have a cocktail. Enjoy the time with your family, because time goes so fast. And so just live in the moment. All right, so I think that's pretty well dry. You guys know that I you know, as a shabby painter, I always tell you that I don't even get all caught up in whether or not this is completely dry or not, because I know that when I grab a sand pad, that any parts that are left kind of like that might be a little bit still tacky, that will swipe off when I do my sand job, and it'll allow me to have a different sort of distressed look, right? I'll have the clean ones from the sand pad, but I'll also have like the wet paint, the rips of the wet paint. So if life gives me some, you know, some wet spots, I just kind of go with it, right, with my paint. So, all right, so you know what? I'm not even going to do anything just yet, but just know I'm so anxious to sand right now. Let's leave the sandy part until we get the actual design on. How about that, okay? Who else loves to paint brownie frowny furniture, or in this case, a brownie frowny wooden tray, and cannot possibly wait to sand it so that you can get some of that brown edging to come through, all that yumminess. Oh my gosh, so awesome. Okay, so the stencil I'm going to use today is a Blessed stencil, because I definitely think like this is definitely farmhouse, positive farmhouse, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go ahead and put this down, and all stencils, by the way, here is a tip, that if you look on the edges, typically stencils have like two little, it could be arrows that point inward on either side. Sometimes you can punch them out. There will be a line cut right here, and these are guidelines for you to be able to find the center of your stencil, okay? So in my mind, when I'm looking at this, I'm going, okay, the handles are pretty much the center of this, or are the center of this, so therefore the center of the handles is where the middle is, right? where the center line would be. And so yes, some of the stencil will hang off. I don't care. It's okay. It's still going to be beautiful. You're still going to see some of these like beautiful leaves around the bless sign, and the 3 dots on the side, that indicates the center of this as well. So I'm just going to make sure that my dots are pretty well in the center of this. But again, I am not an OCD person. So if you feel like you need to measure it, I'm just an eyeball it up kind of girl. I am a get it done. Let's move on to another amazing project. Love it for what it is and perfectly perfect. And yeah, so there you go. So we got our dots right here. This looks pretty well centered, right? So remember, you can use painter's tape to go ahead and tape it down. The reason why I say painter's tape is because there is a difference between tape styles. Some tapes, you know, if you put it down on your paint job and then you go to take it up, it will take the paint with it because it just has so much adhesive on it. Painter's tape is called painter's tape for a reason. It's for painters like us who just maybe need a hand just to hold something down in place, right? But I feel like I've got this. This is a pretty big surface, so I can put my hand here and make it work. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab my black velvet right there, the true black that we have. Oh yeah. And again, shabby chip brush as well. By the way, a tip, if you're starting off with one of these new shabby chip brushes, this one has been used, but that's okay. Just do kind of like a tug on the very end. And what that's gonna do is, if there's any little hairs that wants to break free right here from when they put the metal clamp on, you got them before they land in your piece, right? So you can kind of be proactive with that. But at the end of the day, you know what, like I say, just it is what it is. And if you get a hair, you're gonna be doing a sand job in just a little bit anyhow, right? So it'll all work out, I promise, okay? So black velvet, and here's what I do, by the way. I'm gonna dip my shabby chip brush into it, and then I like to pull it off the sides, okay? Less is more, definitely, when you're doing stencils. And with our paint, because like I said earlier, I love, this is my recipe for paint that my husband was able to put together for me, and I love my paint thick for this reason. I don't want bleed throughs, and I tend to stencil and put designs on my pieces, and so I can control it so much nicer. Now at the same time, if I ever wanted to do some lettering with my Junk Monkey paint and I want it to be a little bit thinner, I'm just going to add a little bit of water to it on the side and really thin it out so I can glide, right? And glide a little bit more. Maybe we'll do a tutorial on here one day on lettering because I've been getting some questions from you guys on that. But just know that you are in full control, so you have the best of both worlds, okay? All right, and now I'm just going to go ahead and take my shabby chip brush and go ahead and what I call dance all over this stencil. So I'm not trying to get a ton of paint on. If there's an area that I really wanted to fill in, because this kind of lettering has some really small areas here, I just kind of like do the, I don't know, we're doing the wobble, okay? We'll do the wobble back and forth, all right? We're dancing right here. We're actually doing the wobble, but we're gonna do it on our DIY sign here. So I love that. Less is more, like I say, so if you ever feel like you need to add more, just add more. But it's gonna be harder to get it off than put it on, right? So you see how I'm doing the dab here as well. I'm doing the wobble and I'm doing the dab to get it all into these little nooks and crannies of this stencil that I have. My favorite stencil is definitely gonna be one that's made of hard plastic because I'm a low maintenance kind of girl. I already told you that. So no, I'm not gonna clean it. You can already see where the mess, or AKA the fun, has been. And I just let it dry and I put it back into my stencil book. And if you want to get one of those stencil books, I do have the link over on junkmonkeypaint.com and click Sonia's favorite things. You'll get like all my favorite things that I positively cannot, you know, live without. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on these leaves now. I'm just doing a little bit at a time because I know that it's kind of like slow and steady wins the race. You know, I could slap a ton of paint on here, but at the end of the day, when I lift up my stencil, I might be absolutely saddened because, you know, I went too fast, I threw it down, I wasn't as meticulous, and just really took my time to do a build-up. The other reason I love to do a shabby chip brush when I do this sort of look is because, can you hear those bristles? They're hard, right? And because of that, when I put my paint down, what it does is it doesn't give me full coverage, and I'm not going for full coverage. So this is why I love my shabby chip brush, because it basically helps me. It helps me not get full coverage. It helps me not get full coverage when I want a distressed furniture look. It helps me not get full coverage when I want a stencil just like this, right? So we're working our way around a few of those leaves. Like I said, they're off the edge. Doesn't matter at all. I do like these little dots. So I want to make sure that my brush hairs land in those little areas right there. So do you notice as I'm doing this, I'm just kind of like walking my fingers to the area. So I'm putting pressure straight down on my project, and I'm leaving my fingers to just kind of like walk. Do you ever see, like, I know, who loves the Munsters, right? And yeah, did you ever see like when the hand, what was the hand called? I can't even remember. Man, I grew up on that stuff. And you know, when the hand would walk across the floor, well, you pretty much just need to walk your hand, you know what I mean, across your surface. All right, a few little dab, dab, dab to make sure we're good to go for good luck. All right, let's do it. You ready? Okay, this is our blessed sign. I've covered everything, but at the end of the day, I don't want to cover like everything in my stencil. I want it to match up, because there's no way that the rest will be distressed and this will be perfect in here, right? Then my project is gonna look completely off balance, okay? Think about like you got a car and you put new rims on a very, very old beater car, but they're all blinged out, and you're gonna be like, what the heck? Like, that doesn't even look right, okay? So you gotta make sure your piece is in balance. Don't do a full solid stencil if you're going for a distressed look. Make sense? All right, let's do it. Yay, I love it. Who loves it? Who loves it? You can't hide what's inside. It's okay to do a happy dance right now with me. All right, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and dry it real quick. But so far, we've got our one layer of our antique lace down, and we have got our one layer of our black velvet that we pounced, basically. We dabbed, we did the wobble, and we laid down that coat. All right, let me go ahead and dry that real quick. There we go. I do want my letters to be dry, because when I go to sand, while I can have parts of this wet when I do a sand on here, it's not gonna make a difference, but I don't want my words to smear, right? So I do wanna make sure that they are down. Here's a quick tip. Dang, I just give you guys so many tips, right? But I just want you to know that you can do this, and it doesn't have to be hard, okay, or complicated. And creativity should be about fun, all right? Creativity is you in your own space doing things that make you happy. So if you ever have a place where maybe you've accidentally put too much on your stencil, or your stencil went a little bit weird in that particular, say for example, this leaf had a blob on it or something like that. I'm like, oh gosh, everything was perfect, but except this, I got this little blob right here. I went way too heavy right here with my paint. All I would do is take my sand pad and seriously, basically erase it, okay? Put a distress mark right there where that blob used to be. Nobody's going to know, but don't just put one distress mark there. You're gonna have to balance it out then and put it over the rest of the place. You know what I mean? So it makes sense. Because if something's distressed there, it's probably distressed over here. You know what I mean? So now what I'm gonna do is grab my medium grit sand block. Oh guys, this was the part that I just could not wait for. Because, oh, I love to paint Brownie Frownie, and this is when I love Brownie Frownie, okay? When I see this come through right here. So I am going to really, this is a farmhouse style sign. Again, if you're like, gosh darn it, Sonia, I'm over farmhouse, then you know what? Just put a color on it that you love. At the end of the day, the process is still the same. The difference is your style. So I could have did this in a teal river, put a rainbow on it, heck, if I wanted to, right? But I really think that this particular surface that I'm painting on also fits the farmhouse style. Now I'm gonna go all over. I'm not gonna go up and down. I'm gonna also go with my paint lines for that nice professional finish. There's a little brush. No, actually it's not. It's a crack in the thing, I think. Yeah, it's just a crack, which I love. I was gonna say, if that was a brush hair, I would just go in at a little bit harder to get rid of it, and like, that would be actually an awesome thing. Texture in your piece. Oh guys, do you love it already? Who's gonna go out and start looking for their serving trays to turn them into signs? So beautiful. I have one more sign that I'm gonna make it of a serving tray, and I'm gonna film it after this video, and I'll post it here on Facebook so you guys can check it out and get inspired, you know, for a second time today. Because these are just like $2.99, $1.99, 99 cents, and no, I did not have to cut anything out, and it's perfect, right? And so, again, this side looks like this, but this side looks like this, and I love it. All right, shall we get ready to go ahead and monkey shine it? Guys, I should tell you again, because I said it at the top, that I am going to give $20 in banana bucks away for somebody who shares this video and hangs out with us. We appreciate that, appreciate your love. and support. And I think we should do something fun as well. So let's do another $20 banana bucks for somebody who goes back on our Facebook page, sees the video that I posted yesterday. It is the yellow sign that says just be, and give me a share on that as well, would you guys? Because I just think it's such a fun and easy sign, and I think it's fun to give away things too. So there you go, an extra opportunity for somebody today, all right? And I will go ahead and I'll announce the winner by this evening, and I'll tag you in it as well. All right, so there you go. Now what we're gonna do is go ahead and do a quick seal on this. And so I'm going to grab my Monka Shine, which is my all natural beeswax polish. And I am going to grab my brush. Oh, look at that. I opened up a brand new tin for myself today. Woohoo! The gods have smiled on me. All right, so let's go ahead. So remember that when you seal, you are going to want to go in circles. And the reason why you want to go in circles is because, this is a teacher's quiz here, right? Is because you want to plug off, basically you're hitting your pores from all different directions. And you want to plug off all that chalk paint, you know, the pores that's in a chalky style paint, because that's what makes it a chalkboard if you don't seal it, right? Is all those pores. And so seal off your pores. Basically, you know, you're putting insulation, okay, into all your chalky paint pores. All right, there we go. So we like to go in circles, so we're hitting it from all different directions, and that's just, you know, a nice swipe over to make sure you're good to go. And next up, we grab a buffing cloth, okay? So this is one of my buffing cloths. You can see when you ask me, do you use them over and over again? I most certainly do. And so when I feel like this one has like no more area left on it for me to be able to buff with, I will just take it to my sink. I will wash it in hot water, a little bit of Dawn dish detergent, and leave it dry, put it outside, let it dry, and then reuse it again. So, because I'm a reuser, right? All right, so what do you guys think so far? Are you loving it? Are you loving it? Oh my goodness. So now remember that, you know, if this is going to be in a place where, like say for example, if you decide to go ahead and you end up putting it on like a plate display or something like that, you know, for something like this, it'll be really cute as well behind, you know, the sink area where you do dishes. But if it's going to be in a place where somebody's going to see the back, put a little bit of paint on the back too, just to, you know, to bring it all together. If you're selling these at vendor shows and things like that, people like to leave with a fully finished piece, and you never know how they're going to display it, right? So, because we're talking farmhouse here, behind me, I have some burlap, and I get my burlap at, ooh, thank you very much. I get my burlap at Walmart. It comes in many colors, okay? So this is like, I feel like it's like for maybe around like $2.99 for an entire yard. And so sometimes I cover things with it. Matt loves it when I break out burlap. If he's somewhere in the room or listening to this broadcast, he'll be like, yeah, right. But I cut strips like this off of it, right? Again, very irregular, just, you know, it's just a stripe, okay? It's just a cut. I love the frayed edges. I love the fact that it's nothing perfect about it. So I'm not here trying to measure out and, you know, cut perfectly, right? You guys get what I'm saying? Because that's what makes these pieces that you're doing have a lot of character, is because they're not perfect. They're not cookie cutters. So you get one compared to another, and there's going to be some differences, right? Because everything is handmade with love. So because this is handles right here, I'm thinking about just, like I said, I just cut a strip off of it, and I think this could be really cool. You could put a big bow on there. Like, how cute is that? Definitely when you see like a blessed sign, you definitely think of, you know, greenery and burlap. I also found these big burlap flowers at my local Hobby Lobby. So aren't these beautiful, guys? Like, so pretty. They came in different sorts of colors. I've got some neutral ones, but this would be really cool, like, because this is the twisty, bendy wire stuff. I could put that on the side and just, you know, cut it, get my my snips and cut it, and then I have a beautiful, just an absolutely gorgeous blessed sign, right? There you go. You're doing wonders for my OCD. Bridget, you know what? I stopped trying to be perfect with my painting a long time ago. And, you know, when you're painting, it should be a fun process. It should not be a stressful process, right? And so I oftentimes will let the piece speak to me. Like, okay, fine. You're going to want to crackle in that spot. I don't know your history. There's oil on here. My paint's doing some weird thing right now. But you know what? I love you for who you are, and I couldn't probably get that look if I tried to, and now you're just going to gift it to me, so we're going to go with it today, right? So this is just, you know, an easy way. So yeah, that's my school of thought when it comes to painting. You know, have fun with it. If you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong, okay? Pretty much the truth. So I could twist this around. That would be so pretty, just like that. Or, you know, if you want, you can find little burlap flowers and maybe just put a single flower up there as well. You know what I mean? That would be really cute. But the moment that you bring, even like, you know, I have some greenery in my shop, right? You bring this sort of stuff together, then you see how it starts to take on that real farmhouse feel, right? So a piece like this, okay, can I give you a really cool thought? Because I just think the power of paint is so awesome, because not only do you get great benefits from just doing it yourself, and you know, when you take care of you, you're better for the people who are around you. You're happier. You know what I'm saying? You have more patience because you've given yourself some self-love. But the cool thing about painting is, you know, it's an outward expression. So you get to do it, and you get to have all the health benefits and the therapy, true story, that comes from it. So it lowers your blood pressure. If you've ever done any looking into, like, you know, what paint can do for you, it's awesome. Like, it's the real deal. Ever get into a painting? So thank you, Marcy. You're so kind. I appreciate you doing that. You ever get into, like, where you're painting something and you don't even realize, like, you got your music on and you are so into it, you don't even know what's going on around you, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, what time is it? No, I didn't make supper. I've been painting, right? And the time just gets away from you. So painting is awesome for the soul because you get so into it that it relieves your stress. You forget about all the adult things, the bills that you have to pay, all the things that comes, you know, that struggles that you might have going on right now. And for that moment of time, you are so into your project and in tune with your project, it does amazing things for you. But what's really cool is that it's all, all right, somebody was calling me. They obviously want to talk to me. We'll call them in just a little bit. But painting is an outward expression, right? And so not only do you get to reap all those benefits, but then at the end of the day, you get to, like, have the satisfaction of doing something and sharing stuff with other people around you, right? And so other people get to see it. So that is so cool. So yeah, put your flower where you want. Do what you want to do. All that's so cool. Taking your daughter to Michigan. Let me see if I can turn this around. Oh, this is big days then, huh? When you're doing that. Let me see here. Well, safe travels. All right, let's flip this around. Can you guys see that a little bit better now? It's always good when you can see, right? It's backwards to me, but it's right to you, right? Because I'm in selfie mode right now. So yeah, put your flower on it. Do what you want. Get a gorgeous, gorgeous look going down. But here's what I wanted to tell you, that this is so cool because, you know, everybody has cutting boards, right? And so there are people that may have passed on in your life, and, you know, now you have your grandmother's cutting board and you're not sure how you're going to use it. You know, things like that. You can use it in your space, but give it a new look and appreciate it, you know what I mean? In that sort of way, because now, you know what? Now she's maybe part of your gallery wall because you put some clips onto this thing and you put it on the wall, or you nailed it on the wall, or you put it on top of your mantle, or you put it every single day behind you when you're doing the dishes. And it's just a little nod for a piece that may have gotten donated to the local thrift store because you're not sure what to do with it, right? So turn it into a beautiful wooden sign. You get the pleasure of creating it and keeping it and sharing it and doing some fun stuff. So I have a second one of these. I'm gonna go ahead and make that, and I'll share it with you guys as well on our Facebook page. So watch for that one. It'll be coming a little bit later today as I work through that one. And yes, absolutely. Yep, so I shined out with our monkey shine. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and holler at a winner for somebody who hung out with me today. But also know that if you go over to my Facebook page when we're done here, find that sign that says Just Be, and it's just a quick, like, 2-minute tutorial there. If you would hit share on that, that would be so awesome. And then I will find somebody a little bit later today who shared it and tag you and let you know that we're also gonna give you some banana bucks, 20 bucks for helping us spread the junk monkey love, okay? So Rebecca says, when applying shine, is it before or after? You definitely want to go after, okay? So this is a stencil right now. Basically, your sealer, your monkey shine, or your poly is like, okay, you've done the picture, now snap the photo. So you do all your faux effects before. So your vinyl would also be considered vinyl, like your effects, to be able to create it, right? Also think about the fact that if you're using vinyl in particular, it's not like this, right? It's an actual sticker. You saw my project yesterday. So in order for your sticker, your vinyl to stick, you want to make sure it has a nice dry surface. So that's why you don't want to do any monkey shine specifically before you vinyl, because you want it to adhere. And remember, your monkey shine, your wax, it's for a sealer. It's to repel all the stuff that wants to stain your piece, stick on your piece. And if you want your stickers, your vinyl to stick, do it after. Absolutely. Yes, you can do that too, Lisa. Yeah, it will absorb right into it. I tend to use my banana peel when I work on canvas paintings because it gives me a nice gloss over the top of it versus sucking into the piece. So I'm going to definitely recommend the banana peel for like any sort of like art that you do with our paints to seal it and get that, you know, final look. So there we go. And like I say, a little bit of greenery with this goes just such a long way. Yay! Somebody says banana bugs need it here. All right, yes, glaze before you wax, all that good stuff. All that sort of decoration happens before you snap the seal photo, right? Get it all in place, then seal it for what it is and love on it. All right, so Kate gave me a name here. And the name of the winner is Donna Davidson, D-O-N-N-A-D-A-V-I-D-S-O-N. And I think her middle name might be, is it Beltz? B-E-T-Z as well. Donna Davidson. And Kate, I know you're on the other end, so I would love it if you would go ahead and post her name as well up here for me. All right, so hopefully you're feeling inspired today, guys. And here's a tip as well that anytime you need to stir your paint, I always keep these handy with me. You can get packs of popsicle sticks at like, for example, your dollar stores and things like that. I reuse them, but I also use them, you know, you can be like, come here, let me see your throat. Not really, I'm probably scared somebody, but I'm not gonna do that, don't worry about that. But I use it to stir my paint with, right? So I always have these handy. So quick painter's tip of the day, get some of these, and they're awesome for when you grab your stuff and you just need to stir your paint just like this, right? The perfect size. And yes, then I keep it, I let it dry, and you can bet your bottom that I'm gonna be using this again, okay? All right, so that's what I got for you guys today. Watch for the second video coming up with the second version. I do the second wooden tray that I have, and never overlook a wooden serving tray again. Just clean it. Watch my vlog from yesterday that tells you how I clean and why I clean. It's on YouTube. So I cleaned it and I did all the steps that you saw today. Yay, tongue depressors, too funny. Yes, absolutely. Well, you can steal them from the doctor's office too. It doesn't matter, but little wooden sticks you can never have enough of, all right? You can build a cabin too. I'm just saying. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. We DIY on this page Monday through Friday. So what will we get into tomorrow? Who the heck knows? All right, I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Take care, friends. Bye.